That's... I feel like I should be taking notes.
Thank you, CoffeeZilla.
I didn't write this for him, and I couldn't write this for him. This is actually better than I could have done by a million. Is he a morally good person? Almost assuredly not. That's one of the best apologies plus action plans I've ever heard in my entire life. The facts of the case are as such. You see Logan Paul? Wait, where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh, sheesh. Any more drama, bud? That's what we need. He did post on Twitter. Yeah, but he didn't post another video. Did he post again? Wait, my 3-step plan for CryptoZoo, including a $1.3 million rewards program for disappointed players. He did make a response.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal.
Oh, good start. CoffeeZilla is not a criminal.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal. I called him. I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of fire, an ego flare, whatever it is, pride. I'm a fighter at heart, and I was defensive.
Come on.
Because I know I never scammed anyone with this project. I never made any money, never sold any tokens, and I only had the best intentions going in. But the fact is, suing CoffeeZilla is not going to help CryptoZoo holders, so I do need to focus my attention where it should be, which is on fans and supporters.
Why would CoffeeZilla help the CryptoZoo? Why that got a little passive aggressive for a second. Everything else he said was very reasonable, which is like, I didn't take the money out, I didn't do this, besides the best intentions, but who knows?
The world to me, so I'd like to announce my 3-step plan moving forward. Step 1, Jeff and I are going to burn our Zoo tokens, so we have no financial upside in the game, and it will add value to holder tokens. Step 2.
Wow, that's a great step 1.
We want to offer a rewards program for players who are disappointed in the status of the game. So essentially, you're going to be able to burn your base egg or your base animal for the mint price, which was 0.1 ETH or the equivalent in BNB. I am personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million right now for players who want to get out. And then step 3, obviously finish and deliver the game as outlined in the white paper by completing the egg bridge from ETH to BSC.
Okay, wait, this is great, but something isn't tracking to me. He is burning all of his Zoo coin. Is he burning all his eggs? How is he going to commit $1.3 million to a project that he's already committed $1 million to? This is almost like too good to be true.
To say I am disappointed in how this was handled internally is an understatement. There's a full internal investigation going on along with an audit, and we are going to pursue full legal action for whomever needs to be held accountable. If any money is recovered in the process, it'll go right to the community. My sole obligation is to my supporters, and I know this video is long overdue. Here it is. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize for how this has unfolded thus far, and I want people to know that they can trust me and that I'll always take care of the fans and people who support me. I appreciate your guys' patience while we do our internal investigation, and I promise to be transparent and disclose any information we find out in the process. And lastly, thank you, CoffeeZilla. You have catalyzed this, and I am very grateful for your work and your investigation, and I mean that. Thank you, bro.
Yo! Holy shit! That was a masterclass! That's... I feel like I should be taking notes. That was phenomenal. That's one of the best fucking apologies plus action plans I've ever heard in my entire life. Am I losing my mind? Holy shit. The only bad part was where he said, there's one part that I would take out where he's like, well, CoffeeZilla ain't going to pay him. And it's like, why are you being petty? Why are you being petty about this? Why would CoffeeZilla be paying them? He was the one, he's a journalist.
But the fact is, suing CoffeeZilla is not going to help CryptoZoo holders.
So that's the only bad part. Oh, does he not say coffee's not helping? Sorry, maybe I misheard.
But the fact is, suing CoffeeZilla.
Oh, suing Coffee. I thought he said assuming. I apologize, Logan. Logan, I apologize.
Yeah, but the fact is, suing CoffeeZilla is not going to help CryptoZoo holders, so I do need to focus my attention where it should be.
Perfect. I thought he said assuming coffee isn't going to help him, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Never mind. My one part that I didn't like about this response has been fixed, and it was just my bad hearing, my boomer ears. Yeah, I believe he's burning his tokens for nothing because he said that's going to increase the value of the other tokens, right? So I don't think he's burning them for that 0.01 ETH. He is basically removing all of his and Jeff's tokens from the marketplace. So everyone else's tokens will be worth more value. He's also allowing them to burn their tokens for 0.01 ETH per, which he is going to put up himself. And then he is going to make the game. So I think some people might actually keep their tokens. If you're in crypto, maybe. I didn't write this for him, and I couldn't write this for him. This is actually well done. This feels like an actual PR representative or person with a full understanding of the situation and how people would respond to it on the internet. This is actually better than I could have done by a million. Yeah, 1.3 million to save Prime, or 1.3 million even just to not be seen as like a piece of shit, is absolutely worth it. But here's the crazy thing. Most influencers don't do it. Most influencers, even rich ones, aren't willing to put $1.3 million down to absolutely assuage people's fears about them.
Coffeezilla.
I think this is so good. I see some people in chat who are maybe still upset, which is fair, pinning the blame yet again. Yeah, but on his side, he never actually did the scam part, which lets him out. And he is now doing the right response. At a certain point, like maybe we want him to walk into the town square and fucking flagellate himself. Oh, what do you call it? And just whip himself on the back. And it's like, what is that going to do for us? At this point, he has made the apology. He has come up with an action plan. He is committing his money to it, to people that could feel like they have gotten scammed. And he still says he's going to finish the game at personal loss to him while being apologetic, not only to the community, but to the person who is calling him out. Pretty good. If you had told me that Logan Paul was going to release this video, I would have said you're huffing copium. This is crazy. This is the same man that had a Photoshop picture of Coffeezilla calling him a clout-chasing gremlin 2 weeks ago.
Here it is.
Do I still have the microphone scene on Twitch? You think I don't have the microphone scene on Twitch? Oh, fuck. Wait. Of course I have the microphone scene on Twitch. Stanz, question from the UK. How much do you think this response from Logan was spurred on by Prime backers? I don't know. A lot of people in my chat are saying like, yeah, well, of course, with Prime, maybe. Like, what's his goal? His goal is to sell Prime. Is Prime a... I don't know shit about Prime. So his idea is to cash out with Prime, which is reasonable. And you guys are saying that he is only apologizing because he doesn't want to lose out on the opportunity to sell Prime to like the next highest bidder, presumably like a Coca-Cola, a Pepsi, a Gatorade, one of these beverage manufacturers. I think that's very reasonable. We are giving him incentive to make an apology. But like I mentioned earlier, a lot of times creators have incentive. I'm using creators here because that's like what I am. A lot of time influencers, celebrities, people in the public eye have incentive to make an apology, to say the right thing, to put their money where their mouth is, in this case, $1.3 million, and they don't do it. Now, whether that's because they're stupid or prideful, I feel like most of the time, and this is like a weird pull, but dude... Do you know Tila Tequila? Tila Tequila was a contestant on Flavor of Love Season 2 or fucking A Night in London or whatever those shows were called. And she is now like shilling alt-right talking points and products on the internet. And it would have been very easy for her to convert that little bit of fame into a very reasonable career as a D or E list influencer. And instead, they went fully down the rabbit hole. We've also seen this with people who won't admit to things like sexual assault on the internet when there's like a lot of evidence. And so I was surprised that even with this company stuff on the line, an influencer would go out there and theoretically make the right actions. People are getting upset at like do the right thing because, hey, maybe he's not redeemed. But he is making the right actions and saying the right words. And it shouldn't be surprising, but it is surprising. It is surprising. Stanz, more questions from the press. I think we can all agree that this response is a good step forward as he's paying back all the people who got scammed. But do you think morally he is still okay? Personally, I think this is a good response, but does not make him a good person. Yeah. Oh, to be clear, I said this earlier, like influencers are not your heroes, and you should not care whether I think Logan Paul is a morally good or bad person. Because what if I crypto rug pull you tomorrow? I won't, but like theoretically I could. You should make your own opinion on whether you think Logan Paul is a morally good or bad person, and you should determine if you want to interact with their content from that. Is he a morally good person? Almost assuredly not. Was this a good response and good action plan going forward for Crypto Zoo? I believe so. How much of this response is from Logan Paul himself and how much of the previous response is actually Logan talking? While I do not know, it feels like the first response was Logan immediately making a video, and that might be his more natural or real reaction. And this might be with help from like his peers, from his community, from his business partners. But that, again, doesn't mean that he's not going to do the thing, right? Sometimes we all need to be reeled in. Final press question from me. How much do you think Jeff was involved in this response from Logan? I don't know. I feel like I'm not trying to slander Jeff. I think Jeff has a tough job, right? There's a lot of business opportunities around these influencers. So all I know about Jeff is what he said in the podcast and what he said to CoffeeZilla. And it makes me think that someone else probably had a hand in working on this response. I don't think it's fair to say it was meant to be a pump and dump. He never said that, did he? They actually specifically talked about not selling so much that it affected like the value of it. So there's a little bit of, you can make an argument that this wasn't intended to be a pump and dump and they were just trying to, the argument against it is that they had regulations in the rules about them selling a certain amount of coins that they were circumventing by buying early, by buying secretly. And so you are lying, or you are at least creating like this false veneer of trust to the people that are investing, and I hate that word when it comes to crypto, in CryptoZoo by saying that, oh, Logan is fine. He can't even sell more than 10% of his coins in the first year. So you're safe. You can't get rug pulled. When the truth is that he has a lot more coins than you know, and he could sell the majority of them. Right? All of the ones he bought before that because they weren't in the wallet that was affected by the restrictions, blockchain side. So it's basically like he bought a bunch of it secretly, ready to unload and make way more money off of his celebrity status in a crypto project. And then it all went to shit. Honestly, he didn't really have $6 million stolen because this is fake money. This is all crypto, right? So this kind of, it worked out that he was scammed by these two people because now he didn't actually do the crypto rug pull that we could fucking absolutely tar and feather him for. The rug pull was delayed so long that he never actually pulled. He was in rug pulling position for a year. And he kept getting scammed. And he's like, wait, what are you guys doing? And he didn't pull the rug. And so now he can be like, well, guys, I didn't pull the rug. So what are you talking about? Imagine he sees the other two pull and he pulls two. The situation would be a lot different. There's a reason why one of the first things he says is that me and Jeff have not sold, right?
I was defensive because I know I never scammed anyone with this project. I never made any money, never sold any tokens, and I only had the best intentions going.
That's the biggest thing. I never made any money and I never sold any tokens. He can say that because they didn't make it far enough because he was delayed by the other scammers. And we still haven't talked about him saying, I am that guy, Q in the arms of an angel. I truly believe, my heart believes, that he was going to rug pull, but he didn't. My thought is that this is the best response that Logan Paul could do for Logan Paul, straight up. If I was Logan Paul, which I wouldn't be, and I was in this situation, which I wouldn't be, I would be very happy if this was the response I put out. They planned to rob a bank, got all the tools and everything. Logan even got a job working at the bank. Then two of the robbers robbed the bank a day early, and Logan just ended up working at the bank with no money. True. Very true. If he wanted to be legit, it should have just been legit. Exactly. There's a lot of clues that make it seem like it wasn't about the game. And the most jarring of those, and I will say this again, if you think I've been sucking him off too much, this isn't a game. This is a boring piece of shit crypto scam. You hatch an egg, you mix it. This is not a game. There's no fun. And that's the biggest clue that this was going to be a ripoff from the beginning. There's no game aspect to it. And so while a lawyer might be able to argue that like actually he didn't do anything illegal and actually we're still making the game, anyone with two brain cells to rub together would look at it and be like, game? The facts of the case are as such. Logan Paul almost assuredly intended to rug pull people by buying his coin early, stealth launching it. Logan Paul made an extremely poor response with his first video, and I would say impulsive, after hearing the CoffeeZilla allegations. And ladies and gentlemen, the final piece Logan Paul made, dare I say, the greatest response to all of this drama that he could have made in this situation. I will add that I do not support Logan Paul, but this was a masterclass in PR, and I truly think him admitting that he should be a Christian and taking the fall for his friend, Joseph came to him in a dream, and Virgin Mary and little unborn baby Jesus, and told him this is exactly what you should say, and he said it, and he said the right thing. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put this one to bed. Can't wait to see what CoffeeZilla says to it.